Oh boys, the beta has finally let me down and left me stranded out in the woods. So here's a bit of a backstory before we jump into this next clip that you guys are gonna see. Me and my dad were out on the trails. We were cutting some trails, making some new Enduro trails, which is always peachy. And on our ride back, we were just kind of cruising along, just putting along. And while we were putting along, the bike just shut off. We were riding along for do-do-do-do, and just blah. The bike shut off. It was really hard to get it started again. Sat there on the starter, trying to get it going, trying to get it going. Bike wouldn't start. I ended up pushing the bike for a lot of kilometers out. What was weird is that when we finally did get the bike to start, I leaned the bike over on its side, like laid it flat on the ground, stood it back up, and the bike started up. Now what was weird is that the bike had a very irregular idle. It'd go all the way from barely running to you wouldn't even touch the throttle and the thing was trying to bang off the red line. So you'd start the bike and it'd instantly just scream, just screaming. So here's the clip.
Well, it happened. Didn't blow up at least. But yeah, just revs to the moon as soon as she's going. As soon as you start the bike, it just screams to RPM, red line. So I don't know, I think something's stuck in the carb or something. And then we were just cutting some new trail. And guess where the saw is? Way back up there. So my dad was gonna leave to go get a strap to pull me because we also forgot a strap. And then we realized that we forgot the chainsaw too. So he's got to ride all the way back. And then he's gonna try and ride all the way back to the truck and get a strap and ride all the way back to me. And then we're gonna drag this thing out of here. Really plan to go riding tomorrow, but not looking the most promising. We'll see what time we get out of here. It's peaceful out here with the broken bike though. Can't complain about that. A little bit of rain, never hurt nobody. Still a beautiful day. Any day out in the woods is a good day, man. Now to take this thing apart. My favorite. Check out that public land radish bag though. Damn. Check out those graphics, color graphics. Sheesh. Don't look at the broken parts. Sheesh. Oh, my bike. I'm talking about my bike's broken. Turn signals. Yeah. Stupid street stuff anyways. Oh, I don't want to walk up this hill. I'm getting tired of pushing this. 7 kilometers to go.
So as you guys saw, we ended up pushing this bike out for like 8 kilometers to get it out of the woods, and we're having an issue. Now, I'm gonna jump in here and tell me what you guys see, or maybe the lack thereof of what you don't see. So as we poke our nose down into the fuel tank, there you go, you can see that, or what's not in the bottom of the tank that's supposed to be in the bottom of the tank. Right, you can see that little white right at there. That is the fuel pickup, and there's supposed to be a fuel straw. So what's happened is the fuel straw that used to be in there, right? Betas are known for having a really tall fuel straw on the top of the petcock valve, and mine has disintegrated and has somehow found its way down into the carburetor, and we believe we got some sort of stuck issue going on with the carb. So today I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you guys how we can check this out. We're gonna see if we can get it fixed, and then we got a bit of a fix actually for this so we can prevent this from happening in the future, and hopefully you guys can learn something too and take something away from this, that well, you need an inline filter in your fuel system because the original petcock in these betas are no good. And mine literally fell apart, just disintegrated into nothingness, and we ended up taking a little plastic piece out, but all the screen part of the actual straw has now gone all the way down through the fuel line, and it's somewhere in the carburetor. We got all sorts of issues going on with the carburetor. So let's go ahead and let's start pulling stuff apart and let's see what we can find. Real smooth there. Totally forgot to turn the petcock off. That's lovely. Just gonna go ahead and put a zip tie on here so we can flip the tank upside down. So as you guys can see, the whole rest of the straw that's supposed to be like up to here is all gone and collapsed in on itself. So we're gonna try and just take this and we're gonna try and pull this off here. We're gonna see if we can blow through this. So that's off. On. Well, nothing came out of this, so that's a good sign. I can see that's quite dirty actually there. Turn to reserve. So we got decent flow through the petcock. We're gonna give this a little spritz with some carb cleaner. Same with the fuel line, try and get any debris that's left hanging out in there. And we got a little something to show you what we're gonna do with the fuel line later, but it's
get some carb clean. We'll hit a splash of that stuff in there. Look at that, nice little clean out. So now we are gonna isolate it down to the carburetor. Now luckily we should be able to get the carb and get access to it without pulling the carb actually off the bike. So we're just gonna loosen these 2 intake boots here and we should get access. All right, so now I got the carb pulled out sideways. We're gonna take the 4 screws at the bottom of the carb bowl and let's see what we discover inside. Not sure what you guys are gonna be able to see, but right in the bottom of the bowl there, let's pour this fuel out. You can see at the bottom of the bowl there in that corner, right down in there, there's a bunch of black goo. That's part of the filter. So there's definitely gunk getting into the carb bowl. So now when you're gonna pull the jets out, let's take a peek and see if we can see through these jets, because I think that's gonna be our problem, why it was so sporadic of a rev. Well, as you can see there, I was hoping to see that this would be clogged because it wouldn't idle for crap. So let's check the main. So I'm gonna blow it out and see what it looks like. Well, now I can definitely see through it. Yeah, that had to have had some sort of clog in it for sure. That looks a lot better. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some of that carb cleaner and we're gonna spray it up through the pilot circuit itself and through the main jet circuit, and hopefully some debris comes out of there. And then we're gonna show you what we're gonna do to prevent this from ever happening again. All right, so we got our carb back on there. I didn't show you guys what we cleaned out: the needle, cleaned out the float and the pilot. All right, so we cleaned out the needle and the float section of it. We found a bunch more gunk in it. This here is what we should have installed since absolutely day one. Here's the part number if you guys are interested. Now this is what we should have been running here, is an inline fuel filter on this hose. So let's go ahead, let's cut this quickly. Let's install this. All right, and just like that, now we have an inline fuel filter so that no longer should we ever have debris getting down into the carburetor. It should be getting caught in this little fuel filter right here. So that's gonna be our cheat code. Hopefully now we can slap this together and the bike's gonna run. So I think we're gonna do one of these. Let's just get it back together like this. Now let's try that again. All right, and the bike's all back together now. Now let's fire up and she should be good to go.